Welcome to the PACWEST's Best in Class, highlighting student athletes that are leaving their mark on athletics and academics across the conference.
It's PACWEST Best in Class, and joining us is a second-year player from the Douglas Royals women's volleyball team. This is Grace McGillivray. Hi, Grace.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you holding up with everything happening and no games, no matches?
It's been good. It's been a bit tough, kind of trying to stay motivated and look forward to next year and hopefully have a season, but it's been good to just have time to really develop yourself in different ways that you wouldn't have a chance to in the season because it's just so busy, right? So yeah, been good.
Do you want to go back to being so busy now and having a year off of volleyball?
Yeah, I do. I think at first it was oh, this is nice, I got a break, but then it's no, I like that. I like being busy. I like the craziness. Sometimes it's just fun and just enjoy it a lot, right? So yeah.
With some of the restrictions easing, have you been able to get on the floor with some of your teammates?
Yeah, we've been able to practice, which is just awesome. It gives you kind of a break from online school, staring at a screen every day. Just gets a bit exhausting and especially near the end of the semester. So it's been great. We've been able to, practice, get better. It's been awesome.
You mean you don't want to be on Zoom with somebody like me right now?
I would rather be in person, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah.
That's fair. Okay, now why pick Douglas? Why did you go to Douglas College?
Well, to be honest, when I came out of high school, I knew kind of what I wanted to do. I knew the general area, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do as a career, exactly. So Douglas just offered small class sizes and it was close to home for me. And it was just I went to a practice and I just immediately clicked with everybody and it was awesome. And I actually used to play against Jeff. He was my rival's coach in club. And I just knew he was a fantastic coach and I just really wanted to work under him. And I knew he would develop me as a player as much as he could. So that was a big factor in it as well.
Did the rivalry settle down a little bit? You can now talk to him and be nice?
Yes, we definitely had some conversations about previous matches where he won some, I won some, and kind of go back and forth, but we're good now, so it's good.
So you're currently taking general studies. Where do you want to go with that? Where do you want to be when you grow up?
So I didn't know, so I went into general studies just because it kind of provided me with flexibility and I could explore stuff I thought I was interested in, but also try things maybe I didn't know I was interested in, and just kind of gave me a flexible program to explore post-secondary. So I've decided that I want to go into nursing for sure, because I always knew I wanted to do something medical, but I didn't know if that was medical school, nursing school, or something else. So decided I wanted to go into nursing school. So, yeah.
Good for you. Have you spoken to any nurses, especially now being on the front lines of COVID and the pandemic? Have you spoken to anybody?
Yeah, so my dad actually works in a care home, so he has connections with nurses, and I know a couple people who are nurses. My cousin's a nurse, and my other cousin's a doctor. So they just have kind of given me some tips, and just told me to, if I want to do it, and obviously told me all the things about the job, what they do, and it just sounds awesome, and I just love that. So yeah.
All the goods and the bads, I would imagine.
Yes, exactly.
So as a student athlete and still fairly fresh out of high school, only in your second year of college, what sort of challenges do you face as a student athlete? I mean, time must be just so precious. Now, we talked a little earlier about you having a little bit more time now that there's not so many practices and matches, but boy, time management must be really tough.
Yeah, it's definitely the biggest thing. I was even talking the other day with my friend, it's just last year coming right out of high school, it was just a whole other world. And it's you come in and you're taking these courses and it's such a big step from the high school courses, and I'm taking biologies and maths and all the, it's just tough to, and then you're traveling on the weekends sometimes, but there's a lot of ways to, make it easier on yourself. And I think the first semester was a little tough because I didn't know any of that stuff. But after that, I kind of got the hang of it, and it definitely helped out. So that's good.
Is there some sort of tool that you use, a calendar, something in your phone to kind of keep you on task?
Oh yeah, Google Calendar. It's
Yeah.
it's everything goes in Google Calendar, and every day I check it and I'm like, okay, I know everything is in here, so I'm not gonna miss anything. Like, just have everything written down, because if I don't, I will forget. So it's just important to keep it all written down somewhere.
Yeah. Are you friends with anybody that is not a student athlete, and are you jealous of maybe their life a little bit where they're not so crazy busy?
Well, my sister actually, people from high school I know, but my sister actually was at SFU, and she was never a student athlete, and she just, the first year, she's 5 years older than I am, but I just remember coming home and working, and she'd just be like, that must really suck. Like, you must be so busy all the time. And I'm like, yeah, but it's fun. And she didn't really have any interest in athletics, so it didn't really appeal to her, but I love it. I love practicing and getting better at sports and school at the same time. And good.
So I would imagine if you could do it all over again, you would do it again.
Oh yeah, no problem. No, in a heartbeat.
What would you tell yourself if you could go back, knowing what you know now, if you could go back to last year when you entered Douglas, what would you say to yourself?
I would probably tell myself to enjoy it a little bit more, like in the moment, because I think it's really easy to get caught up in pushing yourself and, striving for your own individual goals and team goals. So I think it's important to, as with COVID, it's like, totally took the season for granted, like just expected it to happen, right? And then this whole pandemic hit, and it's like, oh, like we don't have that. It's not a guarantee. So I think just like really enjoying the moment and like that feeling of like playing and like that you love so much, not just like taking it in and not just rushing through it and just focusing on the next day and what's coming up. Just really focus on enjoying yourself in the moment.
Well said.
Yes.
Listen to yourself. Do you think?
Yes.
Listen to yourself? Yeah, you would listen?
Yeah. I hope so.
Yeah. Well, listen, Grace, thanks for doing this. Congratulations on being a PACWEST Best in Class, and fingers crossed that we will see you on the floor come the fall.
Yes, I hope so. Thank you so much for having me.
The PACWEST's Best in Class, highlighting the men and women of the PACWEST Conference. To learn more, visit pacwestbc.ca.